Hi everyone, I'm Rich Hansil, co-director of education for the Robinson Film Center, and this week my staff pick is the 2002 film Road to Perdition, starring Tom Hanks and Paul Newman. My apologies for waiting so long on this one.
You would like to apologize? Try again.
Just the chance to see Tom Hanks and Paul Newman going toe-to-toe is a great reason to see this. But you've also got a supporting cast that includes Daniel Craig, Jude Law, Jennifer Jason Leigh, and Stanley Tucci. Add to that the fact that it's directed by Sam Mendes, coming off Best Picture and Best Director Oscars for his debut film American Beauty, and the Oscar-winning cinematography of Conrad Hall, and you've got a fantastic film.
But it sure makes you feel alive, don't it?
I'll drink to that.
So the film Road to Perdition is adapted from the graphic novel Road to Perdition that in itself stole heavily from a classic manga series. The writer of the graphic novel called Road to Perdition an unabashed homage to the manga Lone Wolf and Cub. So if you're a fan of graphic novels, check out both Lone Wolf and Cub and Road to Perdition. But know that the graphic novel Road to Perdition is both a little rougher and much more violent. Sam Mendes actually toned down some of the gratuitous violence at the request of Tom Hanks and Conrad Hall, who felt it actually distracted from the story.
Now listen to me. I tried to avoid more bloodshed. You wouldn't accept that, so I did what was necessary. But I've always loved you like a son, and now I'm telling you.
It wasn't really the violence that got Mendes into this graphic novel. He was attracted to the strong themes of the film, but he was also excited for the opportunity to tell a story with as few words as possible. Word is the last 20 minutes of the film have only 6 lines of dialogue.
Am I behind again? Am I in trouble?
I don't know.
And while a gangster movie may seem very different from American Beauty, you'll see some common themes in them, specifically family and love gone awry. So while Road to Perdition is ostensibly a gangster movie, and not even ostensibly it is a gangster movie, it's really a movie about family, and more specifically fathers and sons. Tom Hanks and his own son, Paul Newman and his son, played by Daniel Craig, who you may remember from those tiny little Bond movies he's in, and then Tom Hanks as Paul Newman's sort of adopted son, the guy he's taken under his wing. It's kind of a classic love triangle, only in this case, it's Daniel Craig as Paul Newman's son that is jealous of Tom Hanks' relationship with his father, again, Paul Newman. Nominated for 6 Academy Awards, it won the Oscar for Best Cinematography, and it was the last movie shot by the great Conrad Hall. His Oscar was actually posthumous. For those of you that aren't big cinematography fans or don't follow directors of photography, Conrad Hall is considered one of the most influential cinematographers of all time. It is worth checking out Hall's whole filmography because he's got just a ton of classics and really amazing work, but some of those actually include Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid and Cool Hand Luke, both of which also starred, you guessed it, Paul Newman. He also shot Searching for Bobby Fischer, which is another one of my favorite movies, and a little bit of a bonus staff pick this week. Check that out. The cool part is, you look for inspiration everywhere when you're shooting films, but Conrad Hall actually wanted to use the paintings of Edward Hopper, and he talked Mendes into using those as inspiration for the film's look. And one of the fun things to do is go online, look at the paintings of Edward Hopper, and then watch this movie and watch how he frames things, how he uses lights, how he uses shadows. And you can also watch for how he frames certain characters to keep them distance or sometimes only half seen, like through a doorway or around a corner, and how that changes over the course of the film. You can actually watch characters' relationships with other characters evolve just visually. So the cool thing with this film is you could watch it with the sound off. You could just watch it completely silent and you will understand everything about the story. It's a masterpiece of visual storytelling. So, being a big fan of cinematography, I think Road to Perdition is best enjoyed on the big screen, but the strong storytelling, the score, and the amazing performances make it a solid watch at home as well. So give it a watch, and then next time you see me at the Robinson, feel free to say hi, and come talk Road to Perdition or film in general. Thanks, guys. See y'all soon.